So as I said, just come into your space, spread out whatever you need to spread out. Really take the time to get yourself in a little bit cozy so that you can really relax into your practice and you don't have to worry about knocking something over or a cup of tea that's going cold. I mean, forget about it anyway. So just get your mat out. Maybe you want a cushion you can sit on, or a rolled up blanket perhaps, or a block. If you'd like to sit on a block, just to prop your hips up. I've got 2 blocks here. Blocks can be a nice little prop, especially when you're warming up. I know in Costa Rica time right now, it's the morning, it's early morning, it's 6 o'clock, 6:30. So whatever you need, be gentle with yourself. Got a little meditation cushion. So, coming into our space, clearing away anything that we don't need, making ourselves feel comfortable. So finding a neutral seat, neutral spine, easy pose, cross-legged. Maybe there's something that suits you better. Maybe sitting like this, whatever suits you. Feeling, wherever you're sat, feeling grounded through your seat bones. Feeling your pelvis balanced like a bowl, holding all of your organs inside. Now, notice the curvature of your spine. Notice any areas of tension that you feel already. And just sit with yourself in your body and do a little scan from the top down. How do you feel? How does the energy in your body feel? How does the physicality of your body feel? And coming into our zone a little bit more. Tune in to the sounds around you, in the distance, maybe upstairs or out in the garden. What can you hear? Draw your total awareness, your focus to those sounds. Think of them in 3D. Think how they look, how they move through the air. Build a picture of that sound in your mind's eye. Moving one layer inward, tune in to the sounds close to you. The sound of your breath. And the sound of your heartbeat. Becoming aware of that energetic field around you. Your local environment, your aura. And build a picture of that in your mind's eye. Elaborate on the feelings you're feeling. Is that someone else? Hello. Hi. So, building that picture, that image, that detailed map of our local energy, our local environment to our body. And taking one more layer deeper, tuning into our thought body, What is happening inside your mind? How are your thoughts racing or not racing? Or what is popping up? Notice. Okay, I think I have this working. Okay. So apologies once more. I'm not used to Zoom. So I'm not sure if you can see from the beginning or if you're tuning in now and you can see from now. We'll go from now. I'm Sarah from the UK. It's a rainy day today. We're nurturing ourselves, we're grounding ourselves. So we're in our comfortable seat, however is best for you, easy pose. Maybe you're sitting on a block. Apologies to start again, but welcome everyone. And tuning in, becoming aware of the sounds around us. What can you hear? The sounds of birds, the wind through the trees, perhaps cars on the streets. Build a picture of what you can hear. See deeply into the sounds that you're hearing. And take it one layer inward to the sound of your breath. The soft sensation on your upper lip as you exhale and inhale. Feeling the way your breath flows through your body. Deepening that breath, filling up the belly, and then the chest, and then the throat. Exhaling from the throat, the chest, and lastly the belly. Flowing through with that rippling breath, filling up from the bottom, and tipping out from the top. Really exhaling all of that stale air. Visualize the air flowing through, filling you up from the bottom and tipping out from the top, the chest, the belly. See that in your internal screen. Build your image, elaborate on that feeling in your mind. Have total awareness and focus on these feelings. Release judgment on your breath. Release expectation for yourself. Focus solely on the experience of breathing. Staying with this breath, drawing your awareness one more layer inward to the thought body. Notice how your thoughts are in your mind. And as you connect with your breath, feel them evaporating, turning into dust and blowing away quicker, easily, easier, painlessly. Feel the attachment to these thoughts fade away, releasing judgment for these thoughts. And visualize in your mind your map of how you exhale these thoughts through the process of the thought body out, expelled through the exhale. Build your internal map of this process. In this moment, go within to that space of connectedness with your highest self. That space of the true you, the root of all your passions, the root of your purpose. That space where you are connected. And feel yourself there. Allow the feelings and the imagery to build up your mental map, to have clearer understanding and awareness of what it feels like in this space. And maybe you feel an intention coming forward, coming through, resonating with you, a download, something, anything that pops up for you. And feel that. And I invite you to lay down an intention before yourself today. Maybe it's early in the morning for you, maybe it's the middle of the day, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Thank you for coming here and giving the time for yourself. So feel an intention for yourself and say it 3 times out loud or in your head, or maybe it's not quite words, whatever. Feel that resonating within you. And slowly allowing your eyes to blink open. And wherever you are, finding yourself in an easy pose, feet crossed just in front of you. You can stay sitting on your block, or you can sit just on the floor. Coming into our center, seated, rooted through our sit bones and our mat, and feeling the physical body, feeling what our vessel feels like. What do I need? So because I'm not with you and I can't feel your energy so strongly, I feel you, but because I'm not with you and I can't feel you, please trust in yourselves, listen to your own body. There might be a time when your body just says no, and it's our job as the driver to listen. So at any point, feel free to take a child's pose, feel free to take a seated easy pose like this, anything. Stay with yourself, stay with your breath, stay connected, and relinquish judgment. And be with yourself. You've already done the job, you're here. Taking the time for yourself, showing up for yourself. So please, please listen to your bodies. I'm going to cue through a lot of alignment as much as possible. So follow with me, and thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. So coming to our seated easy pose, drawing up out of our sit bones, finding a neutral spine. Inhale, reaching the arms above the head, hands meet, lifting up. Exhale, taking the right arm down to the mat and walking the fingers as far out as we need, finding a deep side body stretch. Easing into it, it might be early. Feeling the inhales, lengthening the spine, and the exhales, taking you a little bit deeper into the stretch, grounding through that left seat bone. Finding space in both side bodies. About 2 more breaths here. Slowly sinking into the stretch more. 1 more exhale. And inhale, coming back up to the center. Palms meet, lifting it up, lengthening the spine. Exhale, taking the left arm down this time, walking the fingers out, and reaching over with the right arm, finding you stretching the right side body. Inhale, lengthens you, and exhale, sinks you further into the stretch. Keeping that right seat bone grounded, rooting through. Going easy with yourself, allowing the stretch to unfold. Exhale and let it go. One more exhale. And inhale, coming up to the center. Palms meet, lifting up, and exhale. This time taking your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind your seat bones. Twisting from the bottom of your spine, your gaze is your last thing over your right shoulder. So staying with your breath, it becomes slightly harder to breathe and twist. So go easy on yourself. If you lose your breath, maybe come back slightly. Each inhale lengthens, and exhale deepens the twist slightly. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more breath here. And on your next inhale, unwinding, slowly, slowly, coming back to the center. Palms meet above your head, lengthen the spine. And exhale, take your right hand to your left knee, your left hand behind your seat bones. And look over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthens. And exhale, twist you a little bit further. Feeling twisting from the base of your spine. The navel rotating. And the gaze is just slightly turned, not straining, being gentle with ourselves. Each inhale lengthens, and exhale, twist. One more inhale, and one more exhale. Inhale, coming back to the center, unwinding, palms meet above the head. And as you exhale, hands to heart center, whichever way feels best for you. Allow your hands to come down to your knees. Feel already the difference in your spine, in your body. Our spinal cord only gets nourishment through movement. It has no blood supply. So to hit all 6 movements of the spine daily is imperative for our spinal health. So this and the next one I'm going to show you, every day we can do this. So feeling already the difference as we sit now. Inhale, drop the belly forward, take the gaze up to the sky. And exhale, curving the spine, tilting the pelvis under, and taking your gaze to your belly button. Curving. Inhale, rocking forward, dropping the belly. The seated cow pose. And exhale, tucking the pelvis under, curving the spine. The seated cat pose. One more of these, dropping the belly forward, looking up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, curving the spine, tilting the pelvis. Using your hands on your knees if you need. Getting that deep cat pose. Taking the same movement now around in a circle. Inhale, dropping forwards. Round to the side. As you exhale, curving the spine, tilting the pelvis. Inhale as you come forward. And exhale as you curve. Really feeling that rib cage moving all around your seat. Take your time. Areas of tension, things that need a little bit more love, it's okay. Taking the opposite direction. Feeling that deep inhale as you drop the belly forward. And really getting rid of all of that stagnant breath as you exhale. This nice, oozy, goozy, yummy, soupy grind. Great for any time of day. And in your own time, finish your round of breath, come back to center in your easy pose, seated position. And in your own way, find yourself in a tabletop position. So take a moment for your alignment. Your fingers are spread wide, gripping the ground, gripping the mat. Your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. The eye of your elbow, this interior of the joint facing forward. My pelvis slightly tucked, my abs engaged, my knees directly under my hips. Can you see me? Yes, you can. It's all good, lovely stuff. Neutral spine once more. Avoid sinking into the shoulders. Push the mat away. Keep space between the shoulder blades. It's a simple position, but it feels complex when you do it like this. So breathing into that now. Feeling the strength that you need in your hands, your forearms, to be supported, to protect your joints, even just in this easy position here, in this tabletop. On your next inhale, start to make small circles going forward and around to the back as you exhale, your shoulders around your wrists, warming up into the hands, slowly, slowly. Keeping those fingers spread, keeping the hands engaged, warming up the muscles in the forearms and the small little supportive ligaments and tendons in your wrists and your hands. Keeping those shoulders engaged, pushing the mat away. Maybe slightly larger circles. Make sure you change directions and feel how this is warming up. Feel the blood rushing to your forearms. Maybe taking the fingertips to face the outside edge of the mat and rocking side to side. Staying with your breath, staying connected. Draw your total awareness to your body, to feel it, feeling grateful for the movement you can experience with your body. Express gratitude in times of resistance. And when you need, exhale, let it all go. Option to take your fingertips to face your knees and sit back towards your heels, stretching deep into the forearms. Coming back to your normal tabletop, neutral spine, tucking the toes behind you, hips distance apart still. Maybe you need to wiggle about, spread your toes out, sitting your butt cheeks, your gluteus, back onto your heels, maybe walking the hands up as far as you can, stretching into those toes, maybe coming up to sitting. Option to take opposite elbows behind your back, or reverse prayer hands. Reverse prayer hands. Whatever is in your practice. Feel your feet stretching out. Releasing all the tension in that fascia that collects at the base of your feet. Your pada bandha, your root lock, your grounding into the earth, all the blood flowing into your feet. And coming down in your time, in your exhale. Back to your tabletop. Inhale, extending the right leg out behind you. And as you exhale, reaching the left arm out in front of you. Staying in this position here for 5 breaths. Starting to fire up our core now. Maintaining that tilt in the pelvis, keeping the abdominals engaged. My hips are square. My shoulder is engaged. I'm pushing the mat away with my grounding hand. Neutral spine. Hold your drishti, a focused point in the mat just below you. Stay with your breath, 2 more breaths. Final exhale. Inhale, bending your right knee, reaching your left arm over, take hold of your foot. And as you inhale, straightening your right leg, extending your arm and your leg up into the sky. Exhale and release that down. Back to neutral spine, tabletop. Onto the second side, inhale. Extending that left leg out behind you. Exhale, your right arm comes out in front of you. Keeping those square hips. Keeping the shoulder engaged, pushing the mat away. My fingers are spread. Feel that core firing up. 2 more breaths here. Final exhale. Inhale, bending the left leg this time. Reaching your right arm behind to take it. Exhale, and as you inhale, straightening that right leg, pushing into that foot, into that hand. Pushing your foot into your hand, yes. Up to the sky. Exhale, release that down. And come through to a neutral tabletop. Sitting your bum down towards your heels. Let's take a moment in child's pose. Feeling already the blood rushing in our forearms. Option to take the right hand on top of the left hand. And finally stretch in the right side body. The back of the right side body around the right shoulder. And stay with your breath. Inhale light, and each exhale surrender. Taking the right hand back. Place your left hand on top of your right hand. And breathing into that left side body. The back of the left side body, the shoulder. Feel each exhale, releasing, allowing yourself to relax, to allow minimal effort for each pose. Releasing the hand, coming back to center. Lifting the hips up, shifting forward through tabletop once more. Tucking the back toes. Inhale, lifting the hips towards the sky. Pressing into your first downward dog. So maybe we're walking out the heels. Walking the dog, shaking out our head. Keeping those fingers spread and those toes spread on the mat. Making a wide base. Keeping space between the shoulders and the ears. The ribs contained, avoiding an arch in the back. Rotating those armpits round towards each other. Just take a moment for your downward dog. Notice what it needs. Does it need movement? Does it need stillness? Does it need a shoulder roll? Does it need a ripple? What does your body need? One more breath here in downward dog. Feel gravity working opposite direction on your spine. On your next inhale, take your gaze between your hands and tiptoe your toes slowly, bending your knees up towards the top of your mat, keeping a bend in the knees and just hanging over. Allow your body weight to flop over your thighs, gravity to really, really decompress your spine. Maybe you want to shake your head to all the things that do not serve you and nod your head to all the things that do. Maybe take opposite elbows. Maybe experiment with straightening your legs. Feeling your exhale take you deeper. One final inhale and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the fingertips to the mat, to your shins or to your thighs. And exhale, bending the knees, curving the spine, rolling up to standing, vertebra by vertebra, slowly, slowly, slowly. Being gentle with yourself. And your head is the last thing to come up. And find yourself in a mountain pose. Feet hips distance apart, spreading your toes out. A neutral spine, natural tilt in your pelvis. Allow your shoulder blades to come up and smooth down your back. Your palms face forward. Feel now grounded through your feet. Feel that strength and that power in mountain pose. Rooted through your feet into the earth. On your next inhale, palms meet above the head. And exhale, hands to heart center, bending at the waist, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to the mat, the shins or the thighs. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back, left and then right into plank. Option to drop the knees. And exhale, bending the elbows into the ribs, find your chaturanga. And inhale, shifting forward to your baby cobra or your upward facing dog. Exhale, tucking the toes, lifting the hips to the sky, find your down facing dog. Pressing those back heels into the ground. 5 breaths here. So this is our vinyasa. We flow through this regularly. So follow your practice. Listen to your body. Work on having proper form through your vinyasas. Really, when you bend into your elbows, taking your elbows right into your ribs. One more breath here in downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up to the sky, 3-legged. So keeping your leg in line with the rest of your body. Don't go full out for the full split now. Keep your hips square. Keep that straight line. Inhale once more here. Exhale, shifting forward to plank, taking your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale up to 3-legged. And exhale, taking your right knee to your left elbow, this time shifting forward to plank. Inhale up to 3-legged. And exhale, taking your nose to your knee this time, rounding your spine, floating that leg. And dropping that palm, sole of your foot, just under your heart space. Rotating that back foot to 45 degrees. Take the hands to the hips and inhale, keeping your legs where they are, your body up to standing. So take a moment for your alignment. Knee above the ankle, pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. Back foot is at 45 degrees, my hips are square. Tucking my pelvis, engaging my abs, feeling my shoulders on top of my hips. Palms together above the head or at the heart center. Or cactus arms, what do you need? Listen to your body. Staying with the breath here, 2 more breaths. Really feeling that front hip draw back into the hips. So wherever we are, meeting together with the hands in the heart center. Exhale, shifting the weight onto the right foot, coming onto the back toes. And floating, wherever you are, that left foot just slightly off the ground. Pitching the body forward, lifting the left leg up to the sky, staying with your breath, go slowly. Find your drishti, your focus point on the mat just below you. Straightening that standing leg as much as you can, and trying to make a line from the top of your head to the back of your left heel, parallel with the floor as much as possible, keeping the hips square. 1 more breath, find that length. And exhale, release the hands down, release the back foot. And meet together in a high lunge, arms above the head, inhale. Find that length in your spine. Let's take a few breaths here. Weight spread equally between both my feet. I feel energy shooting out of my back heel and out of my front knee. 1 more breath. Exhale. And inhale, take the outside edge of your left elbow to the outside edge of your right knee. And as you exhale, find a twist. So using that elbow on that knee to push your body, find that twist, really rotating from the navel. Trying to get your thumbs to your sternum. Go gentle with yourself. It's okay to wobble. It's okay to take your gaze down to help you balance. 1 more breath. And exhale, releasing the twist and dropping the hands down. Drop that back knee down. Finding a low lunge. Inhale, getting a high release. Option here, if you've got blocks or books or anything, to use the blocks. Inhale, get a high release, open the heart space. Exhale, shifting the hips back. Pointing the toes up to the sky, finding your half split. Inhale, shifting forward into your low lunge. And exhale, shifting backward once more to your half split. Inhale, shifting forward once more, last time. Opening into that hip flexor. Exhale, shifting back with the hips. Forward fold, finding your half split. Inhale, shifting forward once more. Lose the blocks if you're using blocks. And walk that front foot to the outside edge of the mat. Take your palms flat to the mat. And with your breath in your own time, start to rock onto the outside edge of that foot, bringing blood flow, movement, a little bit of respite to that right hip, that right leg that's all fired up right now. Inhaling light and exhaling that icky, sticky, that stuckness. Releasing everything without judgment, without attachment. Your body is a great teacher. Allow it to be your mirror. One final rock onto the outside and back up to the center. Option here to drop down to the forearms, hugging this right knee into my right shoulder. Another option to come on to the toes on the back foot. And we're reaching our heart space forward. So 5 breaths here, staying with your breath. Keeping that space between the shoulder blades, reaching the heart space forward. It's okay to be on your hands. It's okay to be on your knee. Go easy on yourself. Give yourself a break. There's no space for judgment here. Only gratitude. Final breath. Exhale, dropping that back knee. Inhale, walking up onto the hands. Feeling a moment of rest there. Inhale, reaching that right arm forward, bending your left knee and taking hold of your left foot with your right hand, bending into that quadricep. Option here to rock onto the outside edge of your foot and look over your right shoulder and take a twist. Whichever variation or space that you end, you can be on a block also. 3 more breaths here. Breathing light into that left thigh, into your right hip. One more inhale. One more exhale, releasing. Bringing that right arm back to the front, placing the palm on the inside of the foot. Walking that right foot in whichever way suits you. Maybe it needs a little shake out. Back between the hands. Rooting the hands. Exhale, lifting the back knee off, tucking the toes. And float that leg once more. That right leg. Inhale. Pressing back to 3-legged dog. Right where you started. And dropping back to your downward facing. 5 breaths here. So of course we have a second side to do. But take a moment for a rest. Maybe child's pose is calling to you. Be aware of what is your ego, what is of your material world mind. Which part of yourself are you listening to? There's no need to be an overachiever here. You're simply here for yourself. Give yourself what you need. So one final exhale here, downward facing. On your next inhale, take your gaze between your hands. And stepping up, whichever way you're hopping, take your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips to the mat, your shins to your thighs. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, arms above the head, pitching at the waist, coming to standing. Palms meet. And exhale, come to heart center. Starting to feel warm, feeling that heat energy created by the breath, created by the body, flowing through those deep layers of tissue. So feet hip distance apart at the top of your mat. Inhale, bending into knees, swooping the arms back, sitting the bottom down. And extend the arms above your head, finding a chair pose. Notice I do not stick my butt cheeks out. This is nice for working out your butt cheeks for squats, but here we're working on our alignment. To sit straight down, to be able to see my toes in front of my knees, and stretch my heart space forward. I tell you, it's a lot more work. Stay with your breath here. Let's say one more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bending the body down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back the opposite foot this time, or hopping back to plank, chaturanga, vinyasa. Option to drop the knees against once more. Flowing through your upward facing. And finally, your exhale takes you up to your downward facing dog once more. Lovely stuff. So 3 more breaths here. Feeling the difference already in our downward facing. Feeling the heels press closer to the mat. More space between the shoulders. Our head swinging more comfortably, keeping that neck relaxed. One final exhale. And inhale that left leg up to 3-legged. A straight line from your left heel to the crown of your head. Hips are square. Exhale, shifting forward to plank. Take your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, back up to 3-legged. And exhale, this time taking your left knee to your right elbow. And inhale, back up to 3-legged. One final exhale, take your nose to your knee, round your spine, float that leg. And exhale, dropping the foot underneath to your heart space, rotating that back foot to 45 degrees. Hands to the hips. Inhale, pitching up at the waist, coming to standing. Finding yourself in Warrior One once more. Take a moment for your alignment. Pressing into that outside edge of that back foot. My knee above my ankle. My hips square. Drawing that left femur back. Feeling my body, my torso stacked on top of my pelvis. Staying with my breath. Feel that total focus, awareness of your body, your vessel. Feel that strength, that rootedness to the earth. One more inhale. Exhale, dropping the hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, shifting the weight onto the left foot this time. And slowly take your time, go with your breath. Floating that right leg up and pitching the body forward. Find your drishti, your focus point. Keeping those hips square. Find yourself, your body, from right heel to the crown of your head in a straight line, parallel with the floor. One more breath. And exhale, dropping the hands, bending the knee, drop the back foot. Find yourself in a high lunge. Woo! Feel your weight distributed evenly between your legs. Your hips sitting straight down. Starting already to feel that in the front hip flexor on the right foot, on the right leg. On your next inhale, lengthen your spine, hands in heart center. Exhale, shifting forward, taking your right elbow, the outside edge of your left knee, and exhaling, twisting around, finding a twist on that second side. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Feeling your thumbs creeping towards your sternum. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And inhale, coming back to center. Dropping those hands, dropping that back knee. Maybe you need to wiggle that out for a sec. I know I do. Inhale, shifting forward on that low lunge. Maybe taking your blocks, lifting the heart space forwards. Exhale, shifting the hips back this time, straightening that left leg, pointing the toes up to the sky, finding your half split, picking your body over your left leg. Inhale, shifting forward, find your high release, stretching that hip flexor, and follow with your breath. Maybe you're faster, maybe you're slower. Just follow your honest breath. There is no better, worse, good or bad. It all just is. One final exhale over that half split. And your inhale brings you forward to the lunge. Lose the blocks. Or you can keep them if they're really helping you. And taking your left hand on the inside of your left foot, walking your left foot to the outside edge of your mat. And start getting into that left hip. With your breath in your own time, rocking onto the outside edge of that left foot. Into your lizard. Option to come down to the forearms, hugging that left knee into that left shoulder. Option to tuck the toes and lift the knee, reaching that heart space forward. 5 breaths here. And wherever you are, it's okay. Express that gratitude for yourself. To be in your body, to be expanding your body's potential and your mental potential, to bring yourself to be able to do these feats, to allow your body to move the way it needs to. That's probably 5. Exhale, dropping the knee, coming back onto the palms of the hands. Inhale, reaching the left arm up and bending the right knee. Take hold of your right foot with your left hand. Find that quadra stretch there. I'm still pressing the mat away with my front hand. I'm avoiding sinking in. Keep that space in your shoulder joint. Keep the muscles engaged. Option to rock onto the outside edge of the foot. Take the twist up over your left shoulder. One final inhale, exhale. And releasing the foot and the twist, coming back to the center. Walking your foot back in between your hands, under your heart space. Tucking the toes, pressing into the hands. Lift the hips and float that left leg. Inhale, shift back to 3-legged dog. And exhale, drop that leg, meet back in downward facing dog. Perhaps a child's pose is what you need. Dropping the knees down, taking the hips back to the feet, allowing the third eye to press onto the mat. Take a moment to come back to your breath. To come back to that image of your breath in your mind's eye. That subtle feeling. The subtle images. The subtle visualization of how your breath moves through your body energetically. Come back to that now. Notice the changes in the mat. And feel each inhale fill you up with light, and each exhale clear out all the muck, all the gunk, flushing it through. To move our bodies in such extreme ways gets that light, gets that breath, the awareness, that focus of energy into all the nooks and crannies, the small places where we like to hide things. And feel that breath as you inhale gratitude. And exhale everything that does not serve you. Everything and anything. Release it. Allow yourself to come into this space of nurtured, of self-nurturing. So meeting back in downward facing dog, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up to the sky. Take 5 breaths here. A centering 5 breaths. Feeling solidified in your strength. The strength that comes from alignment and awareness of the body. And from loving, just loving, is strength. One deep inhale together. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Feel that cleansing of your breath. On your next inhale, take your gaze between your hands. And slowly, in whichever way, step, tiptoe, walk, or hop your feet to the top of your mat. And take your toes to the outside of your hands. Exhale slowly, dropping those hips down towards the mat. Taking care with the transitions, being gentle with yourself, finding yourself in a yogi squat. Palms come together. Using your Anjali Mudra to press your elbows into the insides of your knees. Stretching into those hips. Feeling your root chakra grounding. One last moment with your breath in this position. And on your final exhale, slowly lowering your bum down, whichever way feels right for you. Take your time, be slow with your transition. Lower your bum down to your mat. Coming to your seat. Knees are bent. Soles of the feet find the mat. And slowly continuing with that mindful, mellow movement, rolling yourself down, feeling each vertebrae, using your hands on your legs, or your trousers, behind your thighs, to help gently lower you down all the way to the mat. Feeling as you roll down all that massage that gravity has given you, that it offers you all the time, just to lay on Mother Earth and feel connected and supported. Taking the soles of your feet to the mat and your knees up to the sky, bringing the heels so that you can just about tickle them with your fingers. On your next inhale, lifting the hips up to the sky, using the hands to help you. Option to walk the shoulders in and clasp the hands underneath your back. Finding your bridge pose. We'll take 5 breaths here. Relaxing the glutes as much as possible. Allowing more space in the lower back. One final inhale. And exhale, releasing the hands, walking the shoulders in, rolling down from the top of the spine. And lastly, the hips, finally down to the mat. Option here, if it's in your practice, to take a wheel. Taking your hands, palms of your hands to the mat behind your ears and pressing into the feet. If you're happy to stay with bridge, then inhale, using the hand, lifting the hips up to the sky, taking one more expression. Maybe this time, if you didn't before, or once more, walking the shoulders underneath the body and clasping the hands. Feeling that arch in the back. Feeling the knees drawing together, supporting the pelvis in alignment. If you're in wheel, this also applies. And those of us in bridge, in wheel, come down in your own time. Those of us in bridge, releasing the shoulders, exhaling, rolling down, the hips are last thing from the top of the spine. And same for wheel. Take a moment, go slowly with your body. And start slowly to bring those knees in to the body and give them a hug. Make yourself as small as possible. Maybe finding a little rock side to side. Massaging the back. Option to take the hands on top of the knees. And circle the knees around the sacrum. Massaging the sacrum. Make sure you go both directions. You can circle the hips independently of each other. Any last positions? Any last happy babies? Taking the hands on the outside edge of the feet. And the knees towards the armpits. Maybe rocking around. Maybe shoulder stand or handstand, headstand, any inversion that's in your practice. Alternatively, in your own way, being gentle with yourself, you can take yourself to a wall and slowly be gentle, taking legs up the wall. Or shoulder stand, as I said. Finding some inversion. Allowing the blood to drain out of our legs. And that relaxation time to come in. That sinking in feeling, allowing our practice to integrate. We take note, we observe the energy in our bodies. We observe the way it flows. We observe the way the flow changes. We increase our awareness of the boundaries of our energy each time we practice. We increase the boundaries of our awareness each time we practice. And whichever way feels right for you, if you're in shoulder stand still, any inversions, coming down gently and carefully, legs up the wall, slowly releasing, coming away from the wall, finding your way as gently and slowly as possible. Some might be a bit awkward, we're all in our own spaces. And find yourself in Shavasana, your corpse pose, your final position. the final position in life, the final position in our practice. And allow yourself to feel supported by gravity. Allow all effort to melt away, scanning up from your toes, your feet, your metatarsals, your ankles relaxing, the calves, the shins, the knees, all the intricate ligaments, the nerves, the muscles in your thighs and your hips melting into the mat. Your pelvis releasing and softening, all tension dissolving into the mat. Each vertebra of your spine releasing all tension and melting, sinking into the ground, your organs all melting, your abdominals relaxing, your breath soft and shallow, however it needs to be, your ribs, and your shoulders, and your neck all relaxed. Your arms and your elbows and your wrists. Soft and melting into the mat. Your skull and your scalp. The muscles in your face, in your eyes, your brow, your jaw, your tongue relaxing. Feel yourself totally supported. And take my words for what they're worth, or simply let them pass by. And feeling, how can I be more connected to my truest self? How do I distinguish the line between what is truly me and what is my ego? To know, to build the map of this mysterious place, the inner workings of my soul self, my spirit connection, to build the map, to increase the awareness, and allow acceptance to wash through me. Allow yourself to accept yourself in your relaxation, in your shavasana. And coming back to your body. Coming back into the room. And coming back down to earth. Inviting movement into your fingertips and your toes. Maybe it feels right for you. And when it feels right, to stretch your arms above your head. And roll over onto your right side into a fetal position. Your first position on this planet as a baby. And be gentle with yourself. And in your own time, using your top hand, your left hand, to help you sit up, keeping your eyes closed to a seated position. Hands on your knees, palm up or palm down, or in a mudra, whatever suits you best. And feel yourself, feel the awareness that you have, all those layers of yourself, of your experience, of your world. The best thing that each of us can do is to learn to understand ourselves on a deep level, in a conscious, connected way with compassion. So be grateful for yourselves. Feel compassion for yourselves. And place your hands on your heart and feel that warm, loving energy soaking into your heart space. I hope you all have someone you can share physical touch with and share affection, but some of us might not in this time. Many people are living alone. So take the time and show yourself some physical attention. Give yourself a foot rub, have a bath, give yourself a hug. And all of us anyway, in taking time for ourselves, can show ourselves nothing but unconditional love. Hands coming to Anjali Mudra, connecting my head, my heart, and my hands. Loving thoughts create loving actions, create actions of love. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.